Hello guys, and welcome back to another Nukes Top 5 reaction. Today we're going to be checking out top 10 scariest ghost videos of the month. Let's get right into the video.
Tunnel vision.
Okay.
This next video was sent in to popular Japanese ghost hunting team Clipstore by a man who claims that the footage was recorded by his now deceased older brother. The man says that his brother was a big fan of the paranormal and often spent his free time exploring well-known ghost spots in Japan. So one day his brother decides to film an allegedly haunted tunnel somewhere in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. He has an encounter that is absolutely terrifying.
Sorry, my monitor is kind of slanted one direction. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, I think I saw a shadow there.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
After the man hears a creepy, unexplained voice coming from right behind him, he quickly spins around to see an ominous dark figure standing right in front of him. A shadowy shape that had not been there only seconds before. Absolutely terrified, the man makes a run for it. But the story gets even weirder. Because a few weeks later, the man who recorded this video passed away in a freak accident.
The way the light goes with the wall being lit up and the shadows still being in the darkness, while the person still being shadowed like they're in the darkness, I'd say it was digitally added.
This horrifying video was found on the man's phone. It was the last video that he recorded before his death. So the Clipstore team tracks down the location, but they don't really find anything unusual during their investigation. So could it be that the man accidentally recorded real paranormal phenomena? And could this have somehow led to him losing his life in such a tragedy?
It's not a complete shadow, as you can make out some of the clothes, the hair and stuff like that. Is that hair, or is that like a piece of cloth over the head? But yeah, it's not a complete shadow, so the fact that the wall is lit up like that and the person isn't, I think they were added in digitally.
Magic way. Let me know. The Viaduct Tavern. Paranormal investigators Jeff, Phil, and Mark from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations recently investigated the notoriously haunted Viaduct Tavern in London. The Viaduct has been around for hundreds of years and was built just a few yards away from the site of the infamous old Newgate prison, where thousands of criminals were executed. The tavern's third floor was once a brothel where a lady of the night named Kate tragically lost her life. With such a long and dark history, it's no wonder that over the years, landlords, workers, and even visitors have witnessed terrifying paranormal activity. Nevertheless, the tavern has become a very popular local historical pub. The Ghost Tech team sets up several static cameras and begin their investigation on the third floor, where most of the supernatural activity has been witnessed. It doesn't take long before the three investigators start to hear very strange sounds coming from the floor right above their heads.
Okay, so footsteps so far.
Hello? I can hear you.
Not necessarily.
I can hear you walking.
Though.
There was a few footsteps on the floor above us. As I stand on the stairs to the full floor, I hear footsteps above me on the floorboards. Here is the audio taken from static cam 5, which is located up on the full floor.
Okay.
Hello. I can hear you.
No, that doesn't sound like footsteps.
The
It sounds
creepy
like
sound
something
of
being
someone
hit on
walking
wood.
can be heard on the 4th floor of the Viaduct Tavern. The Ghost Tech team believes that they might be making contact with the spirit of Kate, the lady of the night that tragically passed away there long ago. Jeff, Phil, and Mark head up to the 4th floor to do a spirit box session, and what happens next is downright creepy.
If I knew your full name, I could look in the newspapers, the old newspapers, and find out what happened to the person that did that terrible thing to you. That's all I need from you, is your surname.
The guy's making promises he can't keep. The guy wasn't necessarily caught. Especially considering she was a prostitute in the time when this was supposed to have happened. If the guy was any former wealthy man, it would have been swept under the rug.
So if I hold this out,
Guys.
yeah,
Yeah. What would be cool? Something's in that room. It just went past the window and I've got it on film.
Okay?
Something went across that window. Kate?
While asking questions, Jeff captures a dark figure quickly moving in front of a window, not once, but twice. Jeff immediately alerts the team of what he's captured, but they can't find any explanation.
Okay, that looked like it was on this side of the window. In fact, it looked like somebody waving a hand across the front of this screen of the lens.
For the bizarre encounter. And that isn't the only time the team captures something unexplainable that night. Back on the 3rd floor, the 3 investigators begin to hear strange disembodied voices. And then this happens.
There you go. That's what I was hearing downstairs.
Kate, tell me your name, your full name. We can find out. Find out what happened to you and whether the person that did it was caught and punished.
Jesus. Hey there! There was someone stood by me.
Okay,
There was someone stood right by me then. Oh, hang on a minute. That is the clearest thing I've ever seen in my life.
okay, calm down.
Mark nearly jumps out of his skin as he sees someone standing right next to him. But when they look, there's no one there. However, when the ghost team reviews their recorded footage later, they realize that Mark actually did capture what he saw on camera.
Where?
Now, it can only be seen for a split second when slowing down the footage, but as Mark spins around, the unexplained face of someone can be seen standing right next to him. So could this be the ghost of Kate, the lady of the night who tragically lost her life inside
If it
the
is,
tavern?
she was a man.
Or could it be the spirits of prisoners who were executed where the tavern now stands? You decide. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal
And it looked a
Investigations.
bit like the other guy. So yeah, I don't really buy that one at all. The image there looked a lot like the other guy. Who's that?
Encanto. Ghost
Check it
Hunter
out, that
Idol
my
from the YouTube channel
thing
Ghost23 sets out to explore a
messing
remote
up again.
waterfall in the middle of nowhere and surrounded by tall mountains. Idol has been told that the waterfall is haunted by an environmental spirit known as an Encanto, a mythical being that has the ability to appear in human form. Idol is completely alone as he makes the difficult climb up the waterfall with nothing but a camera. The sun is setting fast, and with very little daylight left, Idol captures something truly chilling.
Wow. Wow, sino ka po? Sino ka? Sino ka? Sino ka?
Okay, there's somebody standing there. What's the big deal?
Sino ka po? Sino ba kayo?
Guys, if you're out in the woods and you see somebody else and you call out to them and they don't reply, it might just mean they don't want to interact with you. It might be that they went out there to be on their own and they don't want other people butting into their business. Then again, they might be out there to stalk people, kidnap them, or mess around with them. So, yeah, either way, best to keep your distance. Unless they're actually calling for help or calling for something. Even then, it's best to be cautious.
Sino yung nagpapakita dito?
This person who is just standing here.
A mysterious figure appears to be watching Idol as he's exploring and recording footage of the
He was
waterfall.
pointing at him
The
too.
person then just walks away, disappearing into thin air. Now, there is nowhere for this figure to have disappeared to, as there is a steep drop below and a tall, unclimbable cliff above. Idol is baffled and confused by what he just saw and can't find anywhere that the mysterious being could have went. It's almost as if it walked right into the waterfalls surrounding the mountain. So could this be the Encanto that is said to appear at the waterfall? Or something else? Tell me what you think. A cry for help. This next
The last one, it just looks like somebody was in the woods and there might have been cut there after he vanished. I'm not sure. But the guy was obviously pointing at the guy with the camera in the beginning. As for everything else, can't be sure. Not enough footage. Not enough information about it. Just, it doesn't seem supernatural to me. It doesn't look like anything that can't be explained.
video is a bit of a mystery, as it was reposted to TikTok without a source or information. The video shows CCTV footage of a young girl as she walks around her home. What happens next is like something from a nightmare.
Wait a minute. Isn't CCTV just supposed to be like government cameras and buildings and stuff, or is that just security cameras? It might just be security cameras. Because I remember seeing some CCTV footage of inside businesses and stuff like that. So it might just be security cameras. If you know for sure, let me know in the comments if what exactly CCTV stands for. Okay. Cheap.
Lights suddenly begin to
Good
flicker,
shadow
startling the
puppet,
young
but
girl
still
as she
cheap.
rushes for the door. But the door won't
Good shadow puppet, but it's still cheap.
open. As she slams on the doorway, crying out for help, an ominous dark shape can be seen slowly moving towards her. One dark edge reaching out, almost like an arm ready to grab her. That's when someone, presumably
Right there, I can see I can see how they're doing the shadow puppet. What they're trying to make it look like is basically a woman with her arms up ahead, well, in kind of the Superman position. The head is right. The head is right up. I can't show it. Does my mouse show up on this? No. Basically, the arms are right by the door. There's the head. Looks like the ass is around the light switch. Looks like what's supposed to be the woman's chest there hanging down. But in reality, it's just the fingers. It's a nice shadow puppet, though. I like it.
her brother comes to her rescue and opens the door for her to escape. Now, without a source, we'll probably never know what happened here. So, I ask you, is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Off the rails. Stephen Kerner is out on a drive through the countryside of Minnesota.
Not sure if shadow puppet is the proper term to use. Just where you make shapes with your hands on the shadows. I was poor growing up, so we had fun in the only ways we could. Shadow puppets. Blackout tag. You get the house completely dark, cover the windows with blankets, and you go around trying to find everybody else in complete darkness. Those are games that can be played inside. Both require covering the windows with blankets, making the house completely black.
When he spots something very odd.
Oh boy. What, Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
A small empty train car with an empty caboose slowly moves along the track, even though no one is driving.
It's got a newer propane tank on it. And basically all you got to do is start it up and turn it on and then hop off. You don't need somebody to be driving it. The fact that there's a new propane tank on it is pretty well evident that even the light, well, even the trim on the side of the back piece there looks new. And some of the wood there for the supports look new. The only old parts look like the actual outer frame of it.
Stephen is a little confused by what he just witnessed, but he just shrugs it off and drives away. But after posting his bizarre encounter on TikTok, someone spots something that Stephen didn't see.
Running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that. This thing. Right here.
What?
What the f*** is that?
Viewers
What?
are freaked out when they see an odd pale figure seemingly hanging out of the back of the train. Many believe the tiny locomotive to be a ghost train. And some believe that the train might be haunted by a spirit. And others just think it's a very odd occurrence paired with pareidolia. But
It doesn't actually look like a person until you get far enough to the right of the screen. If you look at it before that, it doesn't look like a person at all. It just takes on the shape of looking like a person after you get far enough over, so it's an optical illusion.
what do you think this is? Let me know down in the comments. A rough ride. TikTok user Jose Castillo and his friends often mountain bike after work on some wooded trails near the city of Oaxaca, Mexico. One evening after dark, Jose and his friends go out on a trail that they've taken many times before. But This time, things take a terrifying turn. Jose's GoPro camera is recording when something happens that still gives him chills to this day. Did you see it? Someone or something appears out of nowhere and Jose barely manages to swerve around it. When slowed down and paused, the figure appears to be cloaked, wearing a veil that's translucent enough that you can see what looks like a face. A very disturbing face. Many viewers of Jose's TikTok believe that he captured the infamous weeping woman, La Llorona, a vengeful spirit of Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her children. But what do you think this is? Let me know.
No clue. It could just be an effect of just the night and them trying to clean up the image to see it, but again, it's nothing that can't be reproduced. It isn't that hard to string up a cloak on a tree. Even then, I don't think it would have quite that same effect. This one, I can't be sure. I'm not sure if I could get exactly that effect, but there's just a lot of stuff that would go into it. The light hitting the right spots, just stuff like that.
Exploration gone wrong. Two friends decide to explore an abandoned industrial park at an undisclosed location in China. The site has been abandoned for over 3 years, and most of the entrances have been locked shut to prevent intruders and squatters. But this doesn't stop the two explorers as they manage to find a way inside.
Okay.
They start.
So, place is supposed to be locked up and put together to prevent intruders and squatters, but the two intruders that just arrived, pretty much what it seems is almost instantly found a way in through the gate, and the door was wide open. Believable, very believable. They're doing a great job on keeping people out.
To explore the construction floor by floor. That's when they spot something absolutely unnerving.
If that place has been abandoned for a while, and yeah, I saw what looked like the person sitting in the chair. That place has been abandoned for a while. I'm impressed. It's relatively clean, and there are no broken windows. If that was an abandoned building where I live, where I grew up, almost there'd be tagging everywhere, and the windows would almost all be broke. Either that, or they'd have plywood put over them.
What the?
Did you see it? Someone appears to be sitting on a chair inside one of the empty offices.
Yep.
The cameraman calls out to his friend and they quickly turn back and check out the room.
And I saw where the cut was too.
But there's no one there.
If you look at the wall, right here, you see the shadows? If you watch, one of the shadows vanishes from the wall. Or I could be wrong there.
So did they accidentally capture a paranormal event? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
There's a guy sitting. There's definitely a guy sitting there. I'm not sure or not now if there was a jump, if it was a jump cut, but even if it wasn't, the guy could have easily stood up and ran over to the right corner of the room where they wouldn't have been able to see him. If they saw a guy sitting in the chair, why wouldn't they have at least gone to the doorway and looked at every corner of the room? They didn't even bother to check all four corners.
guest. In this next creepy video, 2 police officers are alerted by an Airbnb homeowner who suspects someone has broken into her house.
How's it going? What seems to be the problem?
I left for a while to go shopping, and when I came home, the door is open. I think somebody broke in.
The homeowner says the house should be empty, but is worried that an intruder might be inside. The 2 officers make their way into the house as their body cameras record the entire incident.
Police! If anyone's here, make yourself known.
One of the officers is checking out the downstairs bedroom, and this is when things start to get weird.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until the end of the video, but I've already got several questions.
Anyone inside?
A loud bang can be heard, and at the same time, strange interference comes through the radio. The officer now heads upstairs, and his body cam starts to experience strange video glitches. What happens next is downright chilling.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
Is that an arm?
Downstairs, clear.
Okay, let's get a few things out right now. First off, the police would be saying if there's anybody here, not make yourself known. They'd be saying identify yourself. Second off, the guy isn't holding the gun right. The police are trained to always aim for center mass. He's not aiming for center mass. In other words, they're trained to aim for the chest, for the stomach or the chest, just somewhere, the bulkiest part of the body they can aim for. He wanted to pointed his gun at the top of the closet. A lot of the other stuff they did do well, like the shining the light and stuff, but it's just the superficial stuff that they missed out on, that they didn't do right. Unless this isn't in America and they weren't trained the same. That's a possibility I didn't consider when I first said that. Also, the cops have no reason to have their guns drawn. And why are they not turning on the lights as they're going through the house? A cop isn't going to walk through a dark house, especially when it looks like there is power in the house in a few places. I could be wrong. Let me... Yeah, there is power. There is power in the house. So why are the cops not turning on the lights? Why are they walking through dark rooms?
Yeah, we're good.
Now, understandably, this police officer is done with this house. 2 doors open on their own without explanation, and when the officer is about to
Okay, the thing I thought was an arm is a pillow.
go downstairs, the loud sound of charging footsteps or stomping can be heard right behind.
And the video problems magically happen right when it would be the best time to cut the video. So like a person behind the door could get out of there.
Behind him. He swings around, but again, no one there. This footage was later released as the officer claimed to have experienced paranormal activity while inside the house. So just what do you think is going on here? Is this Airbnb haunted? Let me know down in the comments.
Wait a minute, it's an Airbnb? Did they say that at the start? Did I just miss it? I thought the lady went somewhere shopping, came back home to a house that was supposed to be empty and there was somebody and the door was open.
An odd intruder. A woman in Jamaica steps outside to
That last one, it just might... I just might not have been paying attention enough at the beginning.
retrieve something from her car, but she doesn't know that an absolutely chilling event is about to occur. As the woman exits her house and walks towards her car, we can see some strange translucent shape charge out of the woods near her house and run right inside the front door.
Ghost is like, finally I got a house.
Now, whatever this is does not seem to be any kind
I'm no longer a woods hunting ghost. I'm now a house hunting ghost.
of compression
Haunting ghost.
glitch. The woman in the video is perfectly clear, and also the figure approaches the light and still remains an odd, indistinguishable mist. But is it supernatural? And if not, just what is this? As always, I leave it up to you to decide.
Again, it's nothing that can't be reproduced. It's just not even close to anything that I'd consider evidence of anything. How to put this? You can get hundreds of videos that look just like that one, and you can easily make thousands of videos that look just like that one.
Jerry. After 3 years of living a happy, peaceful life in their apartment in the United Arab Emirates, Zark, his wife, and son suddenly begin to experience terrifying, unexplained activity.
Shh. Let me just check. It's coming from the cupboard.
First issue of this video is the fact that the other camera only started up when he walked in there. It's set up too much like a movie. Why wasn't footage from that camera showed sooner?
Could you please drop?
Besides hearing knocking, banging, and scratching, the family has a truly bizarre scare when one day they inexplicably find maggots all over their apartment.
Semakin banyak miskin. Babes, बच्चा तुमको देख के सीखता है. ड्रामा मत करो. मुझे बहुत से डर लगता है. मुझे नहीं पसंद बहुत.
Zark explains that he's a skeptic,
Were they creeping out over a single maggot?
but that he's become increasingly more alarmed by his son's unusual behavior. The young boy claims he sees someone named, quote, Jerry, and that Jerry isn't always friendly.
Jerry, Jerry, Jerry.
Zark and his wife don't believe the boy at first, but when one day he complains about Jerry again, they decide to check their CCTV camera and are shocked by...
Honey, there's something you have to know. I brought you to Ghost Jerry Springer show because I've been cheating on you with the ghost of our neighbor's grandmother. And this is the wife speaking.
what they find.
Mommy, Jerry chocolate me. Jerry, there's nothing. I can see the book moving.
Looks like he tossed it.
Yeah.
And it also looks like bad
Needless
acting.
to say, Zark and his wife now believe that Jerry might be something real
that
after
wasn't
all.
tossed, that was
and
being
whatever
pulled.
this presence is, it seems to become increasingly more
Okay, that wasn't a toss, that was a pull. And again, pulled right in the direction I expect it to, that there's a string.
aggressive.
At least one of the directions I'd expect it. It wouldn't be impossible to do, but it would have been more impressive if the door would have shut afterwards, because that would be harder to explain. That would require a little bit more work to actually get it to be able to close after it opened like that. But it would have been more impressive if they would have set it up to where it actually closed afterwards.
पूरा सामान गिरा हुआ है. Yeah.
Objects around the house are moved and thrown, but nothing compares to what happens on another night while the family is fast asleep in bed.
You notice that the stuff flew towards the drawer that was open?
Zark is suddenly woken up by the unexplained sound of running water.
Oh no, my water bill. I live in California. There's a drought. He likes looking at that clock.
It's 5 minutes early today.
Floor jacks. Wait a minute, what's a floor jack doing inside? Free AC. Okay, why did he enter that way?
Okay.
Zark hears the sound of running water and discovers that both the faucet in the kitchen and the bathroom have mysteriously turned on by themselves. Zark then hears loud banging and the sound of someone running. He then captures a strange, small, smoke-like figure moving right in front of him. Zark is freaked out by what he has just experienced, so he checks his CCTV
It's light reflection from the window.
footage to see if anything else was captured that night. When he rewinds his footage back to just before the running water woke him, he is shocked by what his CCTV captured.
Okay, the floor jack deal. Which he showed no surprise at all for being outside the door when he went out there. That lines up with the floor jack moving pretty well too.
A tall, translucent figure can be seen walking right beside a scooter that seems to move
Oh, that's a scooter, not a floor jack? Okay.
across the floor. Zark is now convinced that his apartment is
Oh yeah, they got a kid. Of course it would be a scooter.
haunted by something that he can't explain. Could this presence be what his son calls Jerry? Let me know what you think. You can follow Zark's continuing paranormal story over on the YouTube channel, Zark Scary Haunting. Thanks so much for watching.
Good setup for that one. I don't think it's real. Could easily produce most of the stuff. Honestly, the whole transparent person walking thing, believe it or not, is very easy to replicate as long as you have the same room you're doing it in. All you got to do is overlay images and set one to almost completely transparent. And, well, you're going to have to line up the scooter moving with it, though. So that will take some effort, some practice.
I'm still trying to get that upload schedule back on track, so please hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Then there's Instagram, Twitter, and that's enough. Hopefully I'll see you back here next time for another video.
The Musk has said it is so. Okay, guys, that was Nuke's top 5. Nuke's top 5, the top 10 scariest ghost videos of the month. Like always, the original will be in the description. So follow that back if you enjoyed the video. If you want to check it out without listening to me interfere with it or pause it. If you enjoyed it, give them a like. If you want to see more of his stuff, give him a follow, a sub. If you enjoyed my video, give me a like. If you want to see more of my videos, give me a follow. And I will see you guys in the next video.